Hello students, good morning. Today we are going to learn about the marketing management, under which the particular chapter is pricing strategies. Today we are going to discuss about the 6 steps in setting the prices. It means that which are the steps as a marketers we need to follow at the time of setting the prices of a product. First step is price objective, means selecting the pricing objectives. It means that what is our objective behind setting the price at the particular time. Then second is determining demand, means what will be the demand of the product into the market. Third step is estimating costs. What will be the cost of the products which we are going to sell into the market, and for that we are going to decide the price. The next is analyze competitors' cost, prices and offers. Here we need to analyze the cost of a product which is related to ours, means substitute products which are offering by our competitors, and what will be the cost of that price, what will be the cost of that product, what will be the price of that product, and what will be the offers of that product. So what is at present running, particularly the cost, price and offers of our competitors regarding our type of products into the market. So it is analyze the competitors' cost, prices and offers. Next is selecting the pricing methods. So after analyzing competitors' cost, price and offers, next is we need to select the pricing method. It means that which method we follow at the time of selecting the price. So there are number of various methods out of which we need to follow any one like this. Then final step is selecting the final price. At this stage, at the end, we are able to set the price. At the same time also we need to consider some important aspects which is required for us. So these are the steps of setting the price. First is pricing objectives, second is determine demand, third is estimate cost, fourth is competitors, means analyze the competitors cost, price and what competitors offer particularly. The next is pricing method, means there are number of various methods available with us. We need to select any one of them, and at the time of selecting the final price, which are the important aspects we need to consider comes under the sixth step, means select final price. So selecting the pricing objectives. Now we are going to discuss about the first step of the setting price, selecting the price objective. Here we need to consider the different aspects, and we need to check out that which are the different options within us for setting the price objectives. First is about the survival, means break-even point. At that time we are required to decide about that which is the point, means survival particularly you can say. So at that time we are required to discuss about which is the break-even point at which we are survival. It means that we can able to survive ourselves for that particular product. Means we need to produce and sell at least that number of units so that we can able to survive ourselves. Then second is about the maximize profit. So it may be one of the objective behind setting the price, that whether we would like to maximize the profit at what level like this. Then maximize market share. This might be one of the objective behind setting the price, that if what price we can charge, then we can maximize the market share. It means that we can achieve the maximum market share from the available total market. Maximize market skimming. So under maximizing market skimming, we need to set the prices from higher to lower. Initial stage we need to set the price high of the particular products, and then we need to decrease it every period of time. So it is particularly feasible at the time when the competitors is not reducing the price at the same time. It means that it is very much critical situation at that time. We need to at that time when our competitors can react by reducing the price of the same type of products into the market. Then product leadership. So it might be one of the objective behind setting price, that we would be get the product leadership, that we can change the price and accordingly the prices will be changed into the market. So selecting the pricing objectives, as we have discussed, includes a type of different objectives behind that one or more may be set by us at the time of selecting the price. Survival, maximum current profit, maximum market share, maximum market skimming, product quality, leaderships, and other objectives. Then second step is determining demand. At the time of determining demand, we need to make different surveys. So from the survey we can decide that what will be the demand of the products about which we are going to set the price like this. Then we need to also think about the price experiments, and we need to make the statistical analysis of the demand, that at particular time what will be the demand, and the demand elasticity. It means that if we make changes in the price, then what will be its effect on the demand. So whether it is inelastic or elastic like this. So at the time of determining demand, we need to consider the price sensitivity, estimating demand curves, and price elasticity of demand like this. Next step is estimating cost. We need to estimate the cost of the product for which we are going to set the price. So as we know that cost of the product is depend on the fixed and the variable cost which is incurred at the time of producing that particular products. Cost per unit of production means what is the average cost per unit of the production. Then learning curves means at the different level of the production the cost of the per unit is going to change. So here we need to learn many aspects regarding estimating cost. Here we need to understand that the particular thing is that demand set the price ceiling. Demand sets the price ceiling while cost set the floor. It means that what will be our cost plus what we want to earn the profit is our price floor. It means that the minimum level of profit we want to earn, and accordingly if we set the cost plus profit price, then it is our price floor. And then the demand sets the price ceiling. It means what, that if the demand of the product is high into the market, then we can able to get the more profit. So we can not only set the price on the basis of cost plus profit, but also charge more prices, and it is up to the price ceiling. So this is what we need to understand over here, is that cost set the pricing and the demand sets the price ceiling. So cost includes the production, distribution, and selling expenses plus a fair return to cover effort and risk. The company wants to charge a price that covers its cost of producing, distributing, and selling the products, including a fair return for its efforts and risks. So every company wants to charge the price that is at the minimum level, that is at the price floor level. Yet when companies price products to cover their full cost, profitability is not always the net result. So always it might not be the result that we can earn the profit at the time of setting the price. We only decide to cover the full cost like this. But if the demand of our product is high into the market, then we can also charge the price at the ceiling level. At the time of estimating cost, we need to also have better idea about types of cost, means what will be the fixed cost, variable cost, and the total cost. So as we know that fixed cost, also known as the overhead, are the costs that do not vary with the production level and sales revenue. So we know that the fixed cost is remain constant at the every level of number of units we are going to produce, while the variable costs vary directly with the level of production. It means that what level of production, if the level of production is high, then accordingly the variable cost also goes high, while the fixed cost remain low. At the same time, if the production is low, the variable cost is going to low, but the fixed cost remain same, like this. So fixed cost at the every production level remains the same. So total cost consists of the sum of the fixed and the variable cost for any given level of production. So average cost is the cost per unit at that level of production. It equals total cost divided by the productions. So we need to find out the average cost. It means that per unit cost. By this way we can find out the per unit cost, means what will be the total cost divided by the number of units we are going to produce. Cost at varying level of productions. Here we see that cost behavior in a fixed size plant and the cost behavior at the different size plants. So if as we know that the many companies have a different size of plant is there for producing a particular type of same product, but at the same time we need to consider the cost of average of this of different what we can say size plants produce the products. So what the total products units of particular product is produced by different size plants divided by the total number of units is produced, and accordingly we are required to find out the cost per unit. Here in our figure we see that cost behavior in a fixed size plant, say for example 1000, cost per unit is like that. So cost behavior over the different size plants means plant 1, plant 2, plant 3, 4. So here we see that the plant size of the there are different plants of the different size, and accordingly we need to find out that what will be the cost per unit. Estimating cost, particularly the concept about the accumulated productions, experience cost. So we experience or learn that the accumulated production reduces the cost per unit. Experience cost or learning cost refers to the decline in the average cost with accumulated production experience. It means that if we can produce the number of products more, and accordingly the average cost is reduced, means per unit cost is reduced if we are following the accumulated productions. If means particularly we can say if we are producing the as maximum units of product possible. Then it also includes the concept regarding the target costing. So what will be the target costing? Target costing is the what particularly here we can say that we set the price of the products, and on the basis of what, that how much profit we would like to earn. So cost, the price of the products minus the profit we would like to earn. So what remains is our target costing. So costs can also change as a result of concentrated efforts by the designers, engineers and purchasing agents to reduce them through target costing. So as per our target costing means what target cost we are decide for a particular product, it can be reduced at the different levels, means with the use of or knowledge of designers, engineers and the purchasing agents, we can able to reduce the cost at that particular level. It is possible. Market research establishes a new product's desired functions and the price at which it will sell. So give its appeals and compete its price. So market research can make us aware about that which is the price which we can charge. At the same time also it gives the appeals and shows that what will be the competitors price of such type of products. This price less desired profit margin less the target cost the market must achieve. It means that whatever price is set by our market research and whatever profit we have decided to earn, the profit is deducted from the price which is set by the market research, means desired price, and minus desired profits. So what remains is our target cost, and accordingly we must achieve that cost. Means at least we are not required to make the per unit cost high of that target cost. Then next step is analyze competitors' cost, prices and offers. So here we need to evaluate the competitor's price and product value. Here particularly we need to think about that and find out or make analysis about the what price is charged by our competitors, what cost they incurred at the time of producing such type of products, and what will be their reactions, so that accordingly what is worth for the customers, whether our products is worth for the customers or our competitors, and for that we need to analyze the competitors' offers. So within the range of possible prices determined by the market demand and company cost, the firm must take up the competitors' cost, prices and possible price reactions into account. So at the time of setting the price we need to take into account particularly the competitors' price, cost and reactions. If the firm's offer contains features not offered by the nearest competitors, it should evaluate their worth to the customers and add the value to the competitors' price. So if we are offering more than that of our competitors, then we can show that this is the what value we can add it in the existing products available into the market, and accordingly we can set our price by this way. If the competitors' offers contain some features not offered by the firm should subtract their value from its own price. So likewise, if some of the features are offered by our competitors in the products and we are not offering that, then at the same time we are required to reduce the price at that level. It means that what we are not offering we need to deduct from what the competitors deduct from the price which we have decided at our competitors levels, because actually we are not offering such features in our products. So accordingly we need to set the price. Now the firm can decide whether it can charge more or the same or less than the competitors. So what we offer and what our competitors offer, if our competitors offers high in their products than that of us, then we need to charge less price. If our competitors offers less than that of what we are offering, then we need to charge high price, and if it is up to some extent equal to them what we are offered and our competitors are offered, then we need to set the price same as what our competitors set the price, like this. So by this way, analyzing competitors' offers is being helpful to us at the time of setting the price. Next is about the selecting pricing method. So there are number of methods available for us as a marketers or for organizations at the time of selecting the price. Price markup, then cost plus price, then target return on investment, break even point, then perceived value and the value pricing, then the going rate pricing, then the auction tag pricing. So these are the different options or particularly you can say different methods of setting the price, means different pricing methods available for with us. Pricing methods include markup, target return, perceived value, going rate, auction type. 3 C's model for price setting. So high price, and as we saw that low price where the no possible profit at this price, and the high price where we can see that no possible demand at this price. So what here particularly we need to think that we need to consider particularly 3 C's model for price setting. Means customers assessments of unique product features, then orienting point and the competitors prices and prices of substitutes and cost. Means we need to consider these 3 variables at the time of setting the price. If the price is too low, then what happens that we are not earning sufficient profits, and if the price is too high, then there is no what we can say particularly no possible demand at this price. So we need to set the price where we can also get the demand and earn some profit. I think you all got it very clearly. Thank you all. Thank you very much.